Aloha, fellow wholehearted high achievers. Welcome to Hanging with Hang. Today, I'm going to share with you 4 simple steps how to truly forgive someone. This video is going to be perfect for those of you who intellectually know that forgiveness is good for you and good for the world, but then you really have a hard time doing it yourself. So I'm going to share with you the 4 simple steps that I use it firsthand for myself, and also helping a lot of my clients to move through this process. Now, just like everything, it's easy said than done, so do the best you can. So here's my take on it. If you have a desire to forgive someone and you have a hard time, that means that you still carry some hurt, some deep pain inside of you. Perhaps the heartbroken, jaded heart, resentment and anger, and ultimately there's a deep part of you feeling the need or an attachment of wanting the past, that situation, to be any different than it was. And that's the hook that stops you from fully forgive. So with that, here is how you can practically and effectively implement so then you can truly forgive. So this is my take on it. Step 1 is to identify and let go of the judgment you have on the situation or on that person. And it's important for you to identify the judgment, because you cannot come to acceptance without letting go of the judgment. So you may judge whoever the person is in the situation for perhaps being out of integrity, for lying, for manipulating, or for doing things that out of value that's not in alignment with you, and that pisses you off. And you don't want to condone that behavior, so it's justified. But here's my invitation for you. Use this as an opportunity to explore deeper in yourself. If there's any judgment within yourself that you're projecting on this person. Now, you may not be living those principles, being out of integrity, lying, all that kind of stuff now, but maybe perhaps some part in your life previously that you may be out of integrity, you may lie, you may be doing all these behavior that you hated. And this person happened to remind you of that, of what you really hate about yourself that you did, that you may have not forgive yourself for that. So my friend, identify the judgment and let it go. The judgment toward that person, but then dig deeper within yourself. That's step 1. Step 2, once you identify and let go of the judgment, then you can come to terms of acceptance of what happened for what it was, acceptance of that person for who she or he was. Because, hey, listen, the past you can't really change, right? Even though I know that if you have you want to change the past, but we can't really change people, we can't really change life. And that's something it's important for you to come to terms with. That's the second piece of acceptance. But like I said, acceptance cannot happen until you let go of the judgment. So that's the inner work that you got to do. Which takes me to the third part, which is the third step, is in addition to accepting the situation and that person for whatever happened, for you to come to terms to acceptance of yourself. And maybe there's some unfinished business in the past that you behave like this person, then come to terms with that and accept that is the shadow part of yourself. So sure, now you are a person in integrity, you don't lie, you don't manipulate people, but maybe there's time in your life that you weren't that, right? And that just makes you human. It doesn't make you a horrible person. To acknowledge this existing, a part of you, but not judging harshly, and you can consciously choose to live here and not live here. You are human, simply that. So accepting your light side, your amazing self, and also accepting your not so amazing self. So then to give you a chance to be at peace and moving forward, which takes to the 4th step of forgiveness, is you consciously choose to forgive. Now, forgiveness takes only one person. And a lot of time when we're in the emotional state, we think it takes 2. We want the other person to change, so then we can forgive them. That's conditional, right? That's amend. So the distinction, my friend, forgiveness takes only one. amendment, take 2. So if you want to forgive, you do it and you choose it for yourself. If you want to amend the relationship, then yet it requires 2 people. Then that's between you and that person to work things out. So choose to forgive for yourself. So with that, I'm going to recap real quick. The 4 steps to forgiveness. 1, identifies and release the judgment toward the situation and toward that person. 2 is to accept what happened for what it was. 3 is to accept your part in it, accept your judgment, accept your own shadow in this whole thing. 4 is to choose to forgiveness. So with that, I hope that's going to be helping you to truly implement forgiveness, practice that, and really bring peace back in your heart. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate having you here. If you like this video, please feel free to share those people who can use it, and you can subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications, so then when I release the next video, it will send you a notification. That's it. And as always, I want to leave you with a lot of love and a big ass hug from Hawaii to you, wherever you are. And as always, you've got love, my friend. Aloha.